Citizens' Movement Against Corruption has lauded Parliament's suspension of approval of National Cathedral Project. The Trades and Industry Committee of Parliament puts on hold the approval of 80 million Ghana cedis allocated for the construction of the cathedral. Now, the allocation, which was made to the Ministry of Tourism, has failed to receive endorsement by the committee because members want more answers from the sector minister. According to the Tamale Central MP Murtala Mohammed, until the committee is satisfied, they will approve the ministry's estimates without the funds allocated to National Cathedral. So, co-chair of Citizens Movement Against Corruption, Adam Senanu, joins us live for the conversation on the back of the National Cathedral. Adam, thank you for your time. Good afternoon to you.
And good afternoon to you too.
Right, you're welcome to Newsbeat. So, do you actually think that Parliament is doing the right thing by suspending the approval of the 80 million cedis meant for the National Cathedral?
Yes, I think so. The issue of a national cathedral is one that has been very divisive for some time now. Ordinarily, one would expect that once you're talking about a cathedral, to the extent that it deals with the Christian faith, the constituency that would be most interested and who should have been dependent on would be Christians. Otherwise, you would have a situation where anybody of a different faith is in government and believes that we should do some kind of structure that is to their faith, and then you'd have to pull other people along, and that can create a lot of problems. So I think that really the idea of using state resources for this is a complicated one, and the government will be doing us a favor by kind of sticking to those who would have an interest in supporting that particular venture.
I'm not sure, at what point we can use, or what project Ghana can use its resources for, because this is a national cathedral, and by the latter explanation that came, it should be a source of revenue generation, not so?
Well, to the extent that it's a source of revenue generation, then it should go through the normal processes where you get everybody in Parliament on board. There's cross-party wide parliamentary endorsement, and then the assignment or allocation of funds shouldn't be a problem. It's especially when you've not gone through that kind of representative discussion and consensus building, and then arrived at a conclusion that this is needed within this time space, and therefore let's allocate resources to it. That it becomes problematic when state resources are allocated without going through due process. So to the extent that it is before the representatives of the people and they are saying we want to suspend it, that is fine. I'm saying that if government really wants to push this through and need the resources, probably the better way to do it was to focus on the constituency that can support it. In any case, that's 71.3% if it's a Christian faith.
So will you rather a suspension or a rejection of the whole 80 million Ghana cedis being requested for?
I'll leave that to Parliament. I think that the suspension is a good start because, we have an economic crisis at the moment. And under those circumstances, a national cathedral is unlikely to be a priority. So many things to be dealt with. As to a rejection, I would probably not go down that road because it does not mean that the concept would not have had value at some stage if the economic situation was better and Ghanaians were so minded, especially the Christians, to support it. So not an entire rejection of the concept, but I think that the timing is problematic. I think that those being called about to support it is even more complicated.
Right, co-chair of Citizens Movement Against Corruption, Adam Senanu, thank you for speaking with us.